So let me ask you this: I'm assuming you do some recruiting at the colleges and
Yep.
universities. What does it look like? What are you saying to, let's say I'm a senior and I'm looking for, looking for a job, and I go to a career fair type thing, and your booth is there. They're looking at their options, and then they stumble upon TVA. You're there. I mean, let's talk about the types of jobs that are in the most need for where you're going to recruit right from college, and then ultimately what your value proposition is to them.
Yeah, I think we'll hire every engineer we can get, right, at this point, right? Because we're in. Let me give one little preface. We are in a growth phase right now, right? So for the last 15 years or so, last few years we have been growing, but there was a period of about a decade where things were just flat when it came to electric demand. The region was growing, right? This part of the country was growing economically, right? GDP was about 2% a year, right? But electric demand was not growing. So our sales were effectively flat. We were retiring some old assets, bringing some new things on, but we weren't growing. The last couple of years post-pandemic, we've seen unexpected demand in electric growth, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But the forecast is that is going to continue, like out to 2050 as you electrify transportation and other parts of the economy. There's a lot of these big infrastructure projects on the electric side that have got to be built and deployed over the coming decades. Just in the next 3 years, TVA will spend $15 billion in capital, right? Invest $15 billion in capital assets. There's a lot of construction projects, right? That's a lot of building natural gas plants, solar farms, and transmission lines. And beyond that, maybe new nuclear plants and pumped hydro storage and other things in the 2030s. But right now, we are in a growth and construction phase. So when I say we'll hire engineers, we need good engineers, right? And that's not just electrical engineers, civil, mechanical, the whole gamut. We need, you mentioned colleges and universities, and definitely community colleges and trade schools, right? So we need machinists, we need welders, we need boilermakers, right? We need pipe fitters, we need folks to do that work, and those are great careers. Now, 99% of that work at TVA is done in partnership with the 17, I think, unions who represent our workers. So that workforce, we see high demand and maybe short supply over the next coming years, right? So we are looking for folks who can be highly skilled, hands-on professionals to help build and operate the grid that's going to power the rest of the 21st century, right? And then of course we always need just smart finance, legal, right? The kind of corporate folks, right? The analysts and folks who help us model and plan this system of the future that we're building. So why TVA? I mean, it's a lot of it is what we talked about, right? You can go work, first of all, water, air, food, electricity. I mean, today, that's it, right? Like I said before, electricity makes almost everything we care about in the 21st century possible, or it's a necessary input,